Hey everybody, it's DiveGirl Deb here, and I'm going to look at my rainwater collection system and the garden. Made a few changes, small ones, we're getting there. But first what I did is I took all of the water that's recently been accumulated and I pumped it off, and I disconnected this pump. And so of course I got my 300 gallons sitting here. This 55 is full, and then my first 300 gallon here. It looks like I got about 120 gallons or so. But what I've done today is I've actually put in a wooden support underneath this pump so that it holds it as a bracket. So no more flopping around. You know, it can still move a bit, but not so much. I have doubled up the washers in between here and reduced the gaps, and then plier tightened them. Same thing here. So this is the hose that feeds the garden. I've got a bucket underneath to catch any potential dripping, and as you can see, the valve is open. So I've not yet powered up this valve or this pump. This is a small recirculation pump. I currently, oh my goodness, I could turn that up. Let's turn that up. Yes, please. I don't have a coin. So on the back here, oh, so I'm turned up already to the maximum pump. Let's take it and, no, that's not going to work. All right, well, live programming, hold on. All right, so I'm back. Got a quarter. So let's turn it from 46 gallons. Oh, shit, I can't do that, huh? Hold on. Alright, well, what I did is I loosened it up with a quarter. It's kind of just a little bit loose now. I had some water that leaked out. Not too much, a little bit, but I did catch it. So we're going to come back on our our water. Now, this should open up a little bit. We'll see. Oh, stop, wait. I'm so silly, that has nothing to do with it. So we'll tighten that up, put a quarter in my pocket, because here's the adjuster right here. So what I've done is I've got it set in the middle at 2. Let's see what it does there. It's been pumping pretty good, but that'll be in the middle of the road. Alright, we know that there's water in the line. It's got 120 gallons, so I just keep a little switch out here. Turn that puppy on. You can hear it going. Got the motor sitting over, so the top of that is the motor, and then the actual water pump is below, so that there should be a lot of water flowing through there. So let's walk out to the garden now, and I have there's a distributor valve at the end of this bed, and it's all going to the garden, to the greenhouse right now. Alright, so we'll go in here and have a peek. I haven't been in here in about a day and a half. Took yesterday off. But these new seeds are going to need some water, and everything's a little bit creaky, dry on the surface. So let's see here. Now I can hear dripping. Alright, so let's pull out the hose first. And then I'll pressurize it, make sure that's turned off, and then pressurize it, and see what we get. And then, I do like to make sure that all of the water that's been in the hose gets evacuated. My phone just got dripped on. I'm not hearing anything. Hold on. Let's see what's going on over here. So the pump water comes in here. I got it turned off to the apple tree and to my other bed. This goes to the greenhouse. Let's see what we get. Alright, well that means it's working. There was some air in there that I ran out, and you can't compress a liquid, but you can compress air, so you lose pressure there when you have air in the line for that reason. Oh, I can hear it. Yeah. Good. Get the air out of the line. That's all I need right there. Sweet! First time ever. I am watering my garden with my collected rainwater. Wow, that was really a lot easier than a person might believe it is. Of course, I can use my... Let's see what happens if we put it on full here. Ooh, I like that too. That's a good. Hey, I could probably... This is the middle, second setting, number 2. And that's a pretty good amount of water coming out of there. No chlorine, no fluoride, rainwater, period. Filtered rainwater. Alright, I can live with that. It's perfect for a drip irrigation system because it doesn't need to be a lot of volume, it just needs a lot of time to run. So, alright. We water down the garden here. That's one of my hop plants right there for next season. But and I got snap peas across the back wall here, and there's beans all over. There's bush beans here. I know it's really early, but I think we're going to have a crazy early season. Wow, I like this. It's not too heavy for the garden, but it's a good volume. I was out here having an orange the other day as part of my snack in the garden, and I took the peels and just tossed them all around to add some more essential oils to repel critters. And of course they'll become compost. Very good. Well, it's not my gravity feed system that I want, but at the end of the day that's okay, because for the first time ever, I'm actually putting rainwater on my garden without having to haul it in a watering can. And I can walk around, I can water the whole place this way. That's awesome. Now I'm going to add a ultraviolet system that will kill pathogens, and more carbon and biologic filtration to this system eventually. And I'm going to connect the garden with that. I think that's just smart. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the fresh water and distribute it into the house, into my tanks. And the exit water is what will come to the garden, which means it'll be full of all kinds of fish poop and, you know, nitrogen, nitrates, all kinds of great products that the garden is going to love. So the garden's going to get secondhand water from the fish at the end of the day. But it'll be rainwater going in. It'll go through an extensive filtration system for pathogens, carbon, and all kinds of chemicals. And then it'll go into the fish. And after the fish, then it'll come to the greenhouse. That's the plan. Stan. Wow, this feels so very nice to just walk around and it's free water. Just a little bit of electricity to move it around. Because I got seeds everywhere. I need to come in here probably twice a day right now. Once a day is alright, but I think these guys are going to do a little better if I come in here twice a day and just give them a little dampening over the top. Yeah, I can live with this. But I think let's go and turn up the flow rate, that higher notch. Hold on, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back here to the pump. And I'm going to turn that up to 3. Ooh, yeah, it sounds like it's running faster already. Alright, let's go see what happens. Well, I think it's going to really crank out water now. Oh, that's nice. Let's adjust this sprayer down a little bit here. Ugh. Yep, I'm going to use some pliers to help me with that. Alright, well. Yep, I like it. Of course, this is a constant duty pump, which means you should constantly have it operational. So the proper thing to do here is to, when I walk out of here and I turn off the valve, is I should turn on the drip system so that pressure still has a place to go while I'm getting over there to shut it off. I think eventually they'll have a switch in the greenhouse to do that with. Yeah, this is a good amount of water. We put this on a modest sprinkler in here and it would cover the whole place really quickly. Nice. Yeah, I just love that that's rainwater. Feels really nice to put that in my food chain. So the seeds have been dry. These were seed banked in 2009. I don't know if they're all going to grow. If they don't, that's alright, because it's really not the season I can replant. If they do, and they're stunted, I have enough seed I can replant. But if they do what I suspect, and that is that our spring is really here early, I think I'm really right on time in my planting. Eugene's a little different than the rest of the world here. We have little microclimates everywhere. Yeah, rainwater in the garden. It's taken me a while to get here, but eventually this would be all gravity fed. That's where I'm going at the end of the day. I'll probably have a pump system as a backup, but gravity fed off the roof. Nice. Alright guys, well, it seems kind of silly to have you hang in here and watch me water the garden, but it's so nice to be able to feed myself with not all the recycled water and chemical treated water. Garden can handle this easily. And if I was concerned about pathogens, I would stop using this about 5 or 10 days before I harvest. And actually, I think if you went and watered for a day or two with city water, that would kill any pathogens that might be present on leaves that you would eat in your greens. But at the end of the day, once these plants come up, I'll switch over to the drip system. And so this water will not come in contact with the leaves. and the pathogens won't get eaten that way. The plant will go through its metabolic process, and a lot of that will get mitigated right in that. So, yeah, nice. Rainwater for the garden. There's my other lovely little pot plant right there. Gonna come up. You see that in the spring you take those little starts and you cut them off and pickle them. They're a delicacy. And then that's actually good for the plant because it helps them to produce more hot vines, having encountered some stress in their development that way. Kind of fascinating. I found that to be true, that plants that are stressed tend to be stronger producers. Now, of course, we know that if you breed two different kinds of animals, then you end up with what's called a hybrid vigor, and that hybrid vigor can outcompete, animals that don't have the vigor by, 10, 15% or more sometimes. So, crossbreeding is important, not line breeding for that reason. All right, this looks good. Makes me really happy. We'll go back and take a look and see how much water I used. I'm guessing, it's probably putting on, I can measure it, but it's probably, let's see, yeah, probably putting on 6 or 8 gallons a minute, so I may have used a good bit of that barrel up. Hold on, we'll go take a look. Well, I like that. It's got enough pressure that I can wash up my hose. So that makes me happy. Let's put them down here and we'll open up the drip system, turn off the hose. Now let's have a peek about drip-wise what she's going to do. Let the water drip out of your hose like this, and then if it freezes, you don't have losses of your equipment. Just be sure to turn it back off in a little bit. Alright, well look, our drip bags here are full. We have water pressure in them. And it is coming out, so that's good. So we do have water coming out of our system here. That's nice. So the rainwater drip system works. You can see over here it's nice and wet. Okay. Once those plants get established, that's going to be a way to water them. And you can see over here it's all swollen up too. So it's definitely dripping. There's dripping happening because there's so much surface tension that you don't see a lot of that dripping happening. But it's dripping. Yeah. Because I'm holding it up. I'm showing you the high side. But yeah, it's dripping. You can see. That's great. Very good. Okay, so my rainwater system is activating the drip system. Wow, what a great day. Got everything watered in. For sure it's good for a day or two. Now that the drip system's on, I can walk over and turn off the pump and not worry about the pump getting, too much back pressure. Alright, well I flipped off the switch to the pump so we have no more power here. We go ahead and turn this valve off and we have just under 100 gallons. So that whole time that I was out in the garden watering, which realistically is about 25 minutes, didn't use all that much water. It was really inexpensive. So now what I'm going to do is disconnect that pump. Bring my cord over here. Connect it up with my submersible pump. Okay, which sits inside of here. This is a 1/3 horsepower pump, quarter horse, and a big garbage can. This is fish keeping tubing, so it's a good quality tubing, very high quality. And so that's already set up again. I will put my cord up a bit here so it looks a little tighter. And then I'm off to the races and ready to collect water again. Just that easy. So now all I do is come over here, flip on the switch, fires up that pump, and it pours water up into that big pump from the can. So maybe you have a clear plastic or metal roof patio cover that you could have a downspout into and collect your water. Eventually what I'll do is I'm going to run a pipe off of this gutter so it'll gravity feed right into there. I won't have any pumping at all except into the garden. But it's not an expensive system to set up. It's important you keep mosquitoes and insects out of here in the summertime, but you're not going to use this in a wet environment during that time of year. So this is just collection and storage of water when it's in the rainy season. Alright everybody, I'm DiveGirl Deb. Here's another way to grow your own food in your own greenhouse, in your backyard. It's not hard to do. Anybody can do it. My friends eat food from my chickens and my garden, and they always tell me how great it tastes. And it's not that hard to do this yourself. Yeah, you could easily build a garden like this on a budget and grow good quality foods. Okay, signing out from DiveGirl Deb's garden. Alright, I love you guys. Look, strawberries are coming.